The millions of dollars companies spend on anti-union consultants hasn't been enough to stop some workers from unionizing. Amazon workers at a warehouse in Staten Island, New York beat the odds and formed the first union in the retail giant's history. Amazon spent nearly $4.3 million in 2021 on labor consulting firms to fight unionization efforts, according to filings with the U.S. Department of Labor. By unionizing, Amazon employees are fighting for higher wages and better conditions, which would include longer breaks, paid sick leave, and paid time off work for injuries. These moves give workers a greater voice in decision-making. Strong unions push for higher wages and benefits that can ultimately improve workers' lives across the economy, even if they're not unionized. A coalition of investors has also advised Starbucks, which is seeing a wave of unionization, to remain neutral in response to these efforts because of growing public support. President Joe Biden himself has encouraged unionization, saying he intends to be the most pro-union president in U.S. history and that the choice to join a union belongs to workers alone. Employers spend millions every year on consultants to prevent union elections. Laboratory Corp of America spent $4.3 million on these efforts between 2014 and 2018, while FedEx spent $837,000 over the same period, and Quest Diagnostics, one of America's largest COVID-19 testing companies, spent $200,000 between 2015 and 2017. The EPI also found that consultants can get paid $350 plus an hour, or $2,500 plus a day. Jeffrey Hirsch, a law professor at the University of North Carolina, said that consultants help craft and implement the anti-union messaging deployed by companies. Companies will make presentations against unionizing, train managers on what to say, and put up posters, among other tactics. He said you can almost think of these anti-union efforts as a political campaign. Legal advice is one of the most costly expenses, he noted. They're hiring attorneys who specialize in this work, giving advice to companies about what they can do and what they can't do. Companies incur significantly lower fines for labor violations than for financial and corporate law violations. One frequent component of anti-union campaigns is captive audience meetings, which are mandatory events during which employers or consultants discourage employers from unionizing. Sometimes these meetings can skirt the law with implied threats. A common phrase these companies use is, "We can't afford to keep this place open if it goes union." Labor experts say the tactics they use are often taken from the same tried-and-true playbook. With all the money that companies spend on anti-union consultants, why not just let workers unionize? That's a question that many have for the companies who spend millions on anti-union efforts. Amazon, for example, spent at least $4.3 million last year. The retail giant has more than 1 million employees in the U.S. That's roughly equivalent to $4 per employee. A drop in the bucket for the company. It looks like a lot of money, but actually it's probably not given the size of Amazon. In 2021, Amazon raked in nearly $470 billion in revenue. Unionized workers, compared to non-union workers in similar jobs, generally make more money and reap greater benefits. Those benefits can include greater access to healthcare and retirement plans. A lot of unionists will argue that unionized workers are more efficient, so maybe some of those costs are returned to the company in terms of a more productive workforce, or a more loyal workforce, or a workforce with greater longevity. But it's also the case that the wage bill goes up, and that's going to come from someplace. If you can't raise prices, it might reduce your profits. Many labor experts agree that there's also an ideological component underpinning companies' opposition to unionization, and that they're concerned about losing control of their workforce. Even without a financial cost-benefit analysis, the lack of unilateral control is a big deal for those who are running the company. After the American Labor Union's victory, organizer Christian Smalls, now the group's president, said more than 50 warehouses have contacted the union. While there's excitement and elation about the drive at Amazon's Staten Island warehouse, workers face a long haul to getting a contract, which can take years if it happens at all. When workers have the ability to bargain collectively with their employers, the division of corporate profits is more equally shared between employees, management, and shareholders. When workers can't exercise this right, inequality grows and wages stagnate. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. World of Finance TV has videos every Monday and Friday.